Alright, so this camera's already going in rolling. Again, I keep everything as authentic as I can keep it. Right there. I'm getting your personal space, I apologize. There we go. So they can see you, they can see me. And then on this one, alright, cool, we can get this shit started. Well, anyway, let me, I do this with everybody. I lost count of how many guests that I've had, but one, thank you for your time. I feel like time is a real valuable thing. So the reason why I wanted to bring you to my channel, to my audience, whether it's fitness, gaming, anime, whatever my niche is, you're part of a really big community here in Fayetteville. You've done a comp, I see you in here, you're grinding. So I wanted to bring you and identify like your whys as far as your fitness journey, and then like go over some topics like this in powerlifting. So with that being said, you can look at me the whole time. If you want to address these cameras, all that other stuff, you can. But typically for my first time guests, I just be like, hey, introduce yourself, tell them whatever you want them to know, and then after that, I just go from there.
Sure. What's good, everybody? My name is Miles. Miles Cunningham. I'm a powerlifter. I would consider myself a rookie as far as, being on the platform. I've been lifting for I'll say a whole about maybe 3 or 4 years now. This past summer I just did my first competition. Yeah, it was really fun. But yeah, I'm a native here in Fayetteville.
Hey.
Keep it going. Sure. I'm a part of Primal Instinct. We're a pretty big powerlifting team here in Fayetteville.
You ain't lying.
For real. It's about 60 of us deep. Coach, Cole, said Yana. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man RJ right here. You know what I'm saying? Bring me on the channel. But yeah, it's nice to meet all y'all.
Got you. So with that being said, so you said you've been lifting for 5 years. So with that being said, when you started your fitness journey, what was your original goal before you chose powerlifting as a sport? If that makes sense.
Yeah. My original goal for fitness, to be honest, it was honestly just to feel better, as a person. I used to struggle a lot, with my mental health, struggle a lot with my weight. So I was a pretty heavy set, guy. I was over 300 pounds, man.
Okay.
So, I'd say a lot of events happened in my life.
Okay.
And it just I just got tired of, I felt that feeling of just getting tired of being in my own skin. You know what I'm saying?
Got you, yeah, okay.
So it was just, besides doing other things that people usually do when they have that feeling, I just
went to the gym.
Yeah.
So, from a guy who's fucked up, recognized game, I'm really glad you took that instead of found other substances or other means to cope with the pain that you feel inside. That's why I wanted to. So originally it wasn't really just powerlifter or bodyboard. My focus on fitness was to find out people's why because of behavioral health. Yeah. So with that being said, do you feel regardless of what your niche is in fitness, do you feel fitness is a really big contribution to bettering mental health and behavioral health?
Honestly, I feel part of it is. I feel when it comes to behavioral health and especially emotional health, physical health, even my spiritual health, I feel people really just. I feel first we need to regulate ourselves because I started out
as far as what?
So as far as your nerves.
Okay.
Your nervous system.
Okay.
I started out before I even tried to go touch a barbell, man. I started out walking, running, doing push-ups, doing pull-ups, just I guess progressing until I got where I wanted to be, and then I just set another goal. But really at the beginning of that, I started meditating a lot. Okay. I cleared my diet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I stopped eating meat for a little bit.
Got you.
And honestly, I just kind of lessened my meals too.
Transitioning, what?
Yeah.
Difficult?
It was a little difficult, yeah.
Okay.
Like I would say like the first month to like 2 months was probably like the hardest that I had, because it was really more so of me. It was really more so of like a mental thing.
Okay.
Like mentally, just keeping myself consistent, because like I had always been like a pretty active person.
Okay.
But
Sports at all? I'm generally asking. Okay.
Yeah. So I played a little bit of sports here and there. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was bad. I mean, I was a bad kid.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't play sports for a little while, so I started doing other stuff.
Track. Okay, good.
So, I mean, yeah, after that, like I would, probably lift weights in the garage sometime. Probably run around a little bit. Then there came, those years, and that's where, certain things just, I guess, started appearing in my life, and fell into like a whole depression for years, and, all that kind of ceased to stop. But I would say like around like 2019, 2020 is when I kind of like started to find myself a little bit.
Do you think COVID, because of the year,
Yeah.
do you think COVID played a really big factor in that?
Yeah, to be honest with you, like a lot of people died during COVID, and that's something that's just irrefutable. But I'm the type of person, I try to take the bad with the good and the good with the bad. So I guess COVID kind of gave me an opportunity to really see myself and really sit down with myself and ask myself, where do I actually want to go in my life? Who do I want to be? And how do I want to get there? And my whole scope was just to become a different person. To become
better than what you were.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to be unrecognizable.
Do you think that from the mental plane, your transition working out, do you think you found most of that in powerlifting, which is why it was probably easier for you to commit to powerlifting than strongman or martial art or bodybuilding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I had started out bodybuilding.
Okay, better.
And stuff like that. I also still like incorporated like compound movements into it.
Got you.
But honestly, when it came to powerlifting, what really made me commit to the sport of powerlifting, like I had people who inspired me. You know what I mean? It's like anybody else, but
celebrities are people within our community, or
people,
probably both, but yeah.
Well, a little bit of both.
Okay,
like, I mean, if you can like consider some powerlifters celebrities, for real.
Okay,
but,
yeah. Okay.
But yeah, like some people in our community, locally.
I should have said influencers. Even that's celebrity. Like, what? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
It's cool, but yeah, like some influencers like Russell Orhe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know who he was. Some guy in the gym. I was deadlifting one day. Somebody was like, "Bro, you deadlift just like Russell Orhe." I was like,
"Who's that?"
Exactly. Like who was that? But yeah. I mean, ultimately, honestly, what really got me to want to be strong. There was one day that I went to the gym and I went there to let off some steam. One of my friends just passed away. So that day I was just like, let me just go to the gym. And, lo and behold, I'm gonna go deadlift. So it happened to be deadlift day 2. Just doing 315, and I literally like slipped a disc when I did that. And that shit hurt. So for a while, I'll say for about like a good span of like 3 months, I was just, how can I say, like I was actually like healing myself. So like I was doing some physical therapy and stuff like that. I found some stretches, that I'd be able to do.
And here's why I asked this.
Yeah.
How was your mental during the recovery part? Because generally asking.
Yeah.
I know for some people, when they feel like they take a couple steps forward and they put themselves in a position where they take a couple steps back.
Yeah.
And our minds are like, all right, it's not 2 steps back. I just slipped my disc. I feel like I took 10. So how did you like keep up that resilience and you even still want to work out even after you slipped your disc?
To be honest, I've always been a pretty stubborn person.
Got you.
But
so it was something that where you just said, I ain't gonna let this shit keep me down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I just see I see pain as an opportunity to become stronger.
Okay.
You know know what I'm saying? So I just took that as, well, my back isn't strong enough. My lower back isn't strong enough. My glutes aren't strong enough.
Okay.
So I need to do what I need to do to get back strong. And I took those 2 or 3 months.
A lot of lower posterior chain workouts?
A lot of it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So after that, you know, I was right back, you know, deadlifting, started doing it slowly. I started doing some stability training with deadlifts. And I mean, lo and behold, a few months after, I was able to deadlift again, and I was stronger than I was.
Oh, bet.
You know what I'm saying?
So since we're on the topic, what's your favorite compound lift out of it between the bench, the squat, and the deadlift?
Automatically it's gonna be deadlifts.
Say less. Why? So why? Like me, so I'm old, big body, skinny legs. So mine is chest, y'all. But but like why deadlift out of those 2?
With deadlifts, I get to actually, like, with squatting, when it comes to squat and bench, I try to keep myself in a state of, I guess, like a calm awareness. You know what I'm saying? So I have to be attentive. I have to be paying attention. And I pay attention on deadlifts too, but I have to take, you know, greater care when I'm squatting and benching, because those are the lifts for me that, like, squat has never really been a hard lift, but bench has always been like that lift because I'm built to deadlift.
I got to say less.
So
you understand? You got what's the word? The symmetric. It's not symmetrics, but you got the build for it. So okay, bet. So you know what you're ready.
Yeah. So I mean, it's that. Then I get to kind of like when I lift, a lot of people don't really understand, but like I just pull from like, you know, those dark emotions. I pull from pain. I pull from anger. I pull from sadness and grief.
You put it into the ball.
Exactly.
Okay, bet.
So it's like I'm just literally taking all that and I'm turning it into power, and I enact my will upon the weights.
I fucks with that. That's like some anime shit right there. Like this world show, no gains type shit, right?
Exactly.
So how long were you in I guess in training or regime or whatever before you finally got on the platform in gym? How long, like, did it take you 3 months, 6 months? 6 months, like, were you on a very long training block?
Like leading up to the competition?
No, just in general, like, so when you decided that you wanted to do your very first comp or just say, hey, I want to be a powerlifter, how long did that training regime take until you actually got on the platform?
I'll say it took a good bit of 2 years. Maybe a year and a half. I might be like pushing a little bit.
Can we discuss the whys of it, or?
Yeah. So previously, before I was on the team that I'm on now, I was a part of another team.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it because
I got track and all.
Yeah.
It's something that didn't work out for you, so you had to reassess and move on. But originally, you did start out with the team, and the goal was to get on the platform with the team. Okay, bet.
Yeah. So like my main goal was to just hit the platform, just do my first competition, just get my feet wet.
Okay.
Along the way, just due to some training discretions, my hips had kind of like, I would say I had a little bit of a muscle imbalance when it came to my hips.
Okay.
Like on like on each leg. So one leg was stronger than the other. And then obviously I wasn't strong enough.
Okay.
So at that time, when I was getting ready for the competition, I was training for about like 3 months, and literally a month out, that's when like things kind of like went, you know, hit the fan.
Gotcha.
And I just used my better judgment. I just, you know, stopped the programming, and I went on by myself and just did what I knew to do. Did what I knew that would help me get better, especially with squats. So because you are part of Primal Instinct. Yeah.
And this is something that I've learned, and respectfully to any powerlifter, whether they're in the community or people who are just watching this, but would you say if you're fresh in powerlifting, it's kind of hard to self-teach powerlifting than actually having a competent coach? Respectfully. But a competent coach.
If you're lucky enough to find a coach, who they might not look as, you know, strong, or they might not be as strong, but if they know how to apply the knowledge, if you're lucky enough to run into that person and you feel like you want to, you know, go with them and train with them, I highly encourage that people do get a coach.
Okay.
For me, I fixate.
Okay.
You know, I fixate to a degree. So when I want to learn something, when I want to be really, really good at something, I'm going to do what I have to do to learn it. You know what I'm saying? I would say I'm kind of meticulous in that way.
So when you finally got part of the right team, or what you felt like was the right team, what were some of the struggles that you had when you went back on program to prep yourself for the comp?
Honestly, I was literally, me and my buddy, we were literally just running our own programs all the way up till I would say it was time to taper.
Okay.
And literally, I would say like a month before the competition day, I had joined, I pretty much just joined up with Cole for a little bit. He was just getting me ready, tapering me for the comp. But then after a few weeks, and I seen the way that he was able to guide me, and I seen how my lifts were even just starting to like actually exactly just in that minuscule amount of time. That's when I knew.
So, not you, people in general. So, do you feel like for you it was, regardless of how things ended with the past group, with the past programming, was it because you were so focused to get on the platform? Was it harder for you to kind of like seek out guidance and mentorship sooner before the month out part? Obviously, you got what you needed, but because of how things ended, was it harder for you because you were just like, hey, if this is the end result, like so how about this? Fuck that. What made the coach you have now give you that warm and fuzzy to where you were like, all right, hey, I trust this person's judgment. Let me listen, let me retain so I can apply it to the platform. I know that was a doozy, but yeah.
This is my biggest thing.
Okay.
He doesn't lie to me. He doesn't feed me what I want to hear.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't want to hear that I'm always doing good. If I messed up, if I'm not doing something right, let me know that. I don't really like when I'm kind of just, being fed a fantasy. Okay. I don't need to hear, oh, you're doing good constantly. My dad is literally a special operations.
Okay, gotcha.
Infantry soldier.
Yeah.
I need that, like.
So you were able to take the constructive criticism, and the only reason I say that, some people can't tell the difference between somebody legitimate and being an asshole and constructive criticism for your benefit. So you was able to take the constructive criticism. So that's what made you lean towards Cole and be like, hey, I want you to be my coach, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so a month out from the comp, so where were your nerves at? Because again, you were you were training so long to get onto the platform. Like, where were your nerves? Where was your headspace? How was your mental? Like, were you scared you were gonna bomb at all? Stuff like that.
Honestly, I wasn't really afraid that I would bomb it.
Okay.
I was really just more so like the biggest thing was like, oh my god, all right, I need to make sure I make weight.
Okay.
That was the main thing for me, and it wasn't really hard at all until literally the day of. I mean, all I had to do was literally spit and run around the building.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
But I ended up making weight. You know what I'm saying? But even just leading up.
This is bullshit. I'm sorry.
For real, man.
I got you.
So it was just leading up to that day, I was just ready to get on there and just perform. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was like my first meet. It was literally at Fit for Life. Even though it was a sanctioned meet, it was actual sanctioned meet. But I mean, I just looked at it as like another day in the gym. Even though I couldn't sit down for anything. You know what I'm saying? I guess that was my nerves. Yeah.
Okay.
So. I even got there and started stretching immediately.
So with that being said, and again, I'm probably reiterating the question, but what was your expectations like for your lifts when you got up? So, prime example, and people say this and laugh, look, y'all want me to get on the platform so bad, I promise you I'll just squat the bar and go about my business. But now let me stop. So me, I feel like if I were to get under the bar for the squat, that would be, I feel like if you set the tone for the squat, then the rest of your meet is good. So with that being said, once you got under that bar and it was go time, where were your headspace, all that other stuff?
My main thing is just making sure that I lock out.
Gotcha.
That was it. I mean, even though that day, I'm not gonna say that the calls were questionable because I can feel, like I even felt, you know, where I was gonna get the death call because I felt myself not hit death.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm able to literally just take my ego out of it.
Okay.
Like just let my ego take a backseat because it's just like, I mean, what am I gonna sit there and tell the refs? Oh, you're bullshitting. Oh, that wasn't the right call. Like, who are you to say that? Because they had to literally be in the sport for a while to be refs. So I'm not gonna sit there and argue with the professionals. You know what I'm saying? If I got a death call, that's because I got a death call, and that's just because I didn't hit death. If I literally just like waited a while to stop the bar on the bench, which was the biggest thing, it was literally just getting that bar to come to a complete stop. I already knew where I would get a call, even though my bench actually went better than my squat, which is surprising. But you know, like I mean, I was gassed by like the last bench attempt. So it's like it wasn't really something that I was really worried about.
You killed it on deadlifts. I don't give a fuck though. I was like, that was one of those. I was like, oh, he didn't come. So allow me to say this based on what you did. I'm saying this because I'm going to interview judges here soon, but y'all did a phenomenal job. Every lifter. I, as somebody who doesn't compete, who doesn't have certified numbers on any website under any federation, what I'm about to say is null and void, but I'm about to say it anyway. That, to me, that was the first time I actually saw the human element in powerlifting.
Yeah.
Now, certain questions, again, I save for judges when I have a sit down with them. But you, Juice, Caleb, Cole and his team, those guys and their team, they perform the best of their abilities. I give them credit where credit is due from a guy who's not powerlifting. But based on what you just said, my retort to that is, hey, I get what you're saying, but from a guy who, what I saw in powerlifting was the reason why I shitted on bodybuilding for so long, but that's a different topic.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you do the comp and so did you meet certain goals that you wanted to do? Did you get any type of qualifier or anything, like a national qualifier? What was the end result when the comp was gone? How about that?
I came in second. I actually lost to somebody like who was older than me, but that if he watches this, like that old dude, he was strong as hell.
I got you.
He was strong as hell. He wasn't even a technical lifter, but he still outlifted all of us youngsters. You know so I respect that.
Okay, bet.
But yeah, I did actually like qualify for nationals. I didn't know that I did.
Okay.
But it was just like my.
And how did that make you feel? So only reason I asked that. So from my understanding, not everybody can do that when they compete. Like their very first comp, a national qualifier. So like, what that do to your ego a little bit? It gassed it up a little. It had to have, right? Just remain humble.
Because I want to go to a world stage, so it's just like, this is literally just a step.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I already knew that my total was, you know, pretty up there. I didn't even know what would even qualify me for nationals until Cole told me, hey, yeah, you already qualified for nationals at your meet.
So your main thing was just to do the damn thing. All right, bet. Okay.
So it's like, I was more so like geared towards like national competitions and then international competitions later on down the road.
So if you don't mind me asking, when is your next meet? And the only reason I asked that, so it sounds like you were pretty satisfied with the end results because you're still under Primal Instinct and clearly you're still training.
Yeah.
We see you in here every day. So with that being said, when is your next comp?
My next comp, I would say my next unofficial comp, because I'm just literally just going there to meet my numbers.
Okay.
That's it. I'm just
Got you.
I'm just going to qualify I'm going into another federation actually. So I'm coming out of the USPA for a little bit. I'm going to go into the PLUs.
Okay.
So right now,
okay.
Yeah, so in May I'm going to be in San Antonio, Texas for nationals.
See if you can stop through Houston and go to Alpha Lane.
But I would love to do that. I'm not going to lie. Like I really do want to work out in Texas. I'm not going to hold you. But my next meet is going to be in December. I'm going to be at the Mary Liftmas in Charleston.
Okay.
And I'm trying to decide if I want to actually like do some, you know, crazy numbers, or if I just want to go in there and just do the qualifier. So
since you're back in training, been back in training, but your training, how has the up tempo of your training regime been after your first comp?
For a little bit, it kind of slowed down just due to some
Gotcha.
things going on in life. Just moving, started another job.
Got you. But you're still in here, which matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like up till now, like it's gotten a lot more consistent. I had like some shoulder issues, just some nerve issues. Talked to my coach, and we just took a month to just
You think that was probably? You think that was probably from the comp, and then the pause that you had to do?
A little bit of both, because I was about to hop right back into another prep because I was going to compete in November.
Yeah.
But
well, you trying to be out there with the I understand the energy they bring, right? Yeah.
But it was like.
I mean, anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Bet.
Exactly.
Okay,
But yeah, like I was gonna do that one because it was just like, I mean, shoot, it'll be another meet at home.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my family members didn't get to come to the one that I did first, so I wanted them to be able to, come to one of my competitions. But I mean, shit happened with my shoulder, and I was just like, I just told my coach, I was like, man, I just asked him, I was like, do I have to do this competition just to qualify for a national meet? He was like, no, you already qualified for your first. Mm-hmm. So he was like, if you don't want to do
those are good for a year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, bet.
So he was just like, I mean, if you don't want to do the competition in November, then you don't have to do it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So did you like that? So how, not with the, just in general, coaches, do you feel like coaches wouldn't have been as understanding and told you like, nah, fuck that, I need you to still like, based on with what you went through in your training and all that, do you feel like other coaches would have pressured you to continue training or no?
I'm not gonna say all coaches.
Okay.
But
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, say less.
Yeah.
So your next meet is in the one in December, and you're definitely gonna get a qualifier in that. So with that being said,
moving weight classes too. I'm going down to the 93s from the 100s.
Say less. So expectation versus reality, bringing everything full circle, right?
Yeah.
So what was your expectation? Because you finally did it, regardless of the obstacles in the between. You finally did, So expectation versus reality. What was your expectation from your very first comp, and what was a reality, like something that you realized after you did your first comp?
Well, one, I didn't expect to win anything.
Okay.
And I was fine with that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally just came out there. I just wanted to do my best.
Okay.
I just wanted to do my absolute best and give it all I got. Leave all that on the platform.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I felt like I was like, okay, did a pretty good job.
Okay.
Let's go on to the next one, because it was my first meet. I didn't really know exactly what to expect. Like, I've been to meets before, but to actually be in a meet is like a different thing.
Okay.
So like, I wasn't used to, I would say, like, I wasn't used to being able to like not be, just fucking wild. I had to actually like sit down. Like, people were making sure I sat down. I had to literally stuff my face multiple times that day. But I mean, it just told me that, all right, so we need to mature a little bit in lifting. When I got literally all reds on my last squat attempt, and I had missed my last bench attempt, that just told me like, all right, so there's some things that I need to do to get better.
Did you want to go in there with perfect doc scores? Was that, well, I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
To be honest, when it came to like perfect doc score, I just wanted to make sure I did get, good doc scores.
Okay.
Even though, my coach did say, you want to make sure that you get, some good doc scores. That was the purpose. Okay. I mean, really, that was just mainly my whole focus, was just going in there, making sure that I got my dots. And then that was it.
So allow me to ask this. Are you a little skeptical changing federations? So I've live streamed for US, most of them.
Yeah.
2 PLU. I got 365 tomorrow. Might have USPAL in the future, but so only reason I ask, there's a shitload of federations out there.
Yeah.
So, and their standard is, which is something I dislike in powerlifting.
Yeah.
their standard is different. And the only reason I say that is so let's say with what I'm gonna say y'all, because again this is me saying it, not the athlete.
Yeah.
There was some stuff I saw and I was like, but do you feel like you'll be able to adjust to the standard of PLU versus the standard that you're used to right now with USPA?
I'll say USPA standards are very strict, but at the same time, I'm very confident that I'm going to be able to, go up to the standards as well with PLUs. And I just say that because my coach makes sure that we train to a standard.
Okay.
He doesn't have us training just to look, just to look cool lifting weights, just to come and ego lift something that we know for well that we can't do. And if he sees your lift, and it's just, he'll let you know, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I'm just confident in going into this next federation because I know that I have someone who will help me really, truly be prepared.
I'm glad you said that. So again, this is me just saying this, y'all, but I feel like that's what powerlifting needs, especially, and I say this respectfully, but especially a certain light that Fayetteville already has on it anyway. So we need that good representation.
Yeah.
So now we went past the broccoli, past the mashed potatoes. We already got past the main course, so the desserts.
Yeah.
What do you like about powerlifting, and what do you dislike about it? You can name what. You have three, say the three. 3 good, 3 bad, but what do you like about powerlifting and what do you dislike about powerlifting? I got one more question for you after you answer those.
Okay. I'll say my favorite thing about powerlifting is that I feel free. You know what I'm saying? Like even on the bad days, even on the days where I'm not feeling strong, I mean, it's because I don't feel strong, whatever. It's just a bad day. You know what I'm saying? You're just not there that day, but you're gonna have some good days. I like the community aspect of powerlifting. Like when you actually surround yourself around, good people, you can actually see the value of it. And honestly, I met so many different people and so many great people, doing, powerlifting. And honestly, I wouldn't be who I am today if I never really approached the sport.
And met those people from different walks of life?
Exactly.
Okay. So that's the like. So you want to identify dislikes or you want to just move over that?
I'm comfortable doing that.
All right.
So my dislikes in powerlifting are, I would say when some people kind of like, some people make it a little bit too Hollywood.
Okay.
Some people make it a lot like too Hollywood, and I just mean as in like just for influencers or anyone who considers themselves to be a powerlifting influencer. I don't care how big I get. I'm not going to consider myself an influencer. I don't ever want to be an influencer. Like I don't. As long as I want to say this without sounding like
I got you. Yeah.
But I honestly I don't give a flying crap to influence anybody.
Okay.
It's not my job.
Okay.
My job is.
Because at the end of the day, it's only you on this platform. Right?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's me and the weights at the end of the day.
Okay.
If somebody feels motivated by what I'm doing, then awesome. Go out there, achieve what you want. Make sure that you push yourself, but don't expect anything to be easy.
Okay.
Another thing about powerlifting that I don't like, I don't like when too many egos get involved, because it's like what does it matter if you're better than anybody? What does it matter if people are looking at you all the time while you're lifting? I just don't like when people just try to. I guess it's just that, really. Like, people literally just lift just for looks. People just lift just to be seen. People just want to be seen.
So I'll say this. Again, this is me saying it, not the athlete, but what I've learned, especially from our community, the people who hold us accountable, Cole, Sam, Dunn and his people, Caleb, you, Juice, Vaughn, Idris, I know he just left, but like that to me, that's what right looks like.
Yes.
This right here, this gym, this community, to me, that's what right looks like. And I'm really appreciative of y'all showing us what right looks like. So with that being said, what overall, past the community, past North Carolina, powerlifting as a whole, what do you want to see change in powerlifting, especially if you're going to keep doing this in the future?
That's a really interesting question. I never really like thought about it like that.
Do you feel like changes are needed right now in powerlifting as a whole?
I'll say just maybe within like certain communities.
Okay.
I feel that like here in Fayetteville, the powerlifting community is, depending on where you're at in the powerlifting community, I can honestly speak from my own experience just being here. This is the first powerlifting gym I've ever been to.
Okay.
I've never been to any other powerlifting gym, but this gym became my home.
Oh, don't worry, that's gonna happen. You're gonna love what you see when you. Anyway, yeah.
So it's like, but yeah, I see how just here we really care for each other. You know, we try to uplift one another. We help one another. Even if somebody's new, we still help them. We don't look down on anybody. So I'll say this: some people, if they consider themselves to be a power lifter and they consider themselves to be a part of the powerlifting community here in Fayetteville, I strongly encourage you, if you are interested in powerlifting, to come get into a powerlifting gym. We have one right in the middle of Fayetteville. Literally just drive. You know what I'm saying?
And it's affordable too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and it's affordable.
Yeah.
Another thing I'll say is I want to see more involvement, you know, for some people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Some people literally just, I would say, like, they don't really show any type of support. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are some faces that, you know, that need to be seen at meets, you know, especially if you want to identify yourself as a powerlifter. And I would say, like, I kind of want to see the lines of powerlifting, or who's a powerlifter and who's not, to be less blurred. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know the real powerlifters when you see them.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like most people just identify themselves as such just for ego. You know what I'm saying?
Or because powerlifting is becoming a trend now.
Exactly.
So
anybody considers themselves a powerlifter if they just go squat, bench, and deadlift. But if you haven't done a powerlifting competition,
and got the numbers,
exactly, you're not in the books. You have no records, like not even just records as in setting straight records, national records, or world records, but you don't have anything written down in the books. I will tell them, and I even said this for myself. I was not a powerlifter until I did a powerlifting competition.
Amen.
You are not a powerlifter until you do an actual powerlifting competition and have done a powerlifting prep. Because working out by yourself, you know, and just, you know, winging the program is different from actually.
If you are on one, I'm sorry.
No, for real though. Like, it's different from being on program with a structured coach. And being on a structured prep. When you are expected to meet certain, you know, standards, when you're expected to make sure that you meet certain lifts, you know, just with a certain, you know, finesse, however that you do it. But those are just those elements right there that I feel like are really, like, important.
Gotcha. So in closing, out of everything we talked about, is there anybody you want to shout out, give their flowers to, give their grace to in this interview? People who have either inspired you, motivated. If you can't name all of them, I understand. But as of right now, is there anybody you want to shout out, or somebody you want to see lift who you know is training but probably scared to get on the platform?
As far as shout outs, the first shout out I'm going to give is to Duncan. Because he was the first powerlifter I ever met. You know what I'm saying? I seen him. I used to go to Fitness Connection. I was working out early in the mornings, and I used to see him in there deadlifting crazy numbers. You know, numbers to me at the time that were just like, you know what I'm saying? So that's just one thing that, like, I just want to give him that shout out. I give my shout out also to Jamaris, you know what I'm saying? Like, the JD, bro, he really, like, he's an animal for real. Like, he's an animal, the way he locks in, that for real. I also give my shout outs out to Cole, for sure, like my coach. Like, he really has, like, I want to say, like, he's brought certain value to my, you know, my journey in powerlifting that I couldn't really get anywhere else. He's a real person, you know what I'm saying? He's had literally visible struggles, and despite all that, he literally just keeps fighting and fighting and fighting. And
it's inspiring as fuck.
It is, man.
Okay, yeah.
Like literally, like I be saying this to myself, like sometimes, like when I just see Cole do a lift or something, it's just like, bro, this man got blown up. So it's like, to me,
and he still takes that 500-600.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he doesn't make any excuses, and I can't stand when people make excuses for themselves.
Okay.
He makes no excuse for himself, even though he has so many odds. He's had so many odds against him. He's never once complained. He's never once made an excuse.
Gotcha.
That right there, that is fucking metal. You know what I'm saying? I give my shout outs, to my boy Caleb. I give my shout outs to my boy and my brother Jarvis. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna bring him to the channel soon, y'all. I promise.
You know what I'm saying? God, like, I mean, even my own girlfriend.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she inspires me too.
Got you.
You feel me?
She did her first comp before you, right?
She did her first comp before me, and like, literally her first time squatting was with me. But that made me happy that she did a powerlifting meet before me.
Got you.
It made me happy to, honestly, like, it still makes me happy to see her, still grow. And then even I just want to give a shout out to all my friends, like everybody that I met on the way. Y'all really were just like, I would say, people, meeting everybody, meeting everyone, meeting all you guys. That has kind of, I would say, it's grown a light in me. Because I've always just been like, the person, I'd just rather be in the shadows. You know what I'm saying?
Around here, respectfully, understand it, but I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So with that being said, hey man, on some real shit, especially with the age that you're at and what you're doing, just like I've told Vaughn, just like I've told all the youngins or people coming up, you guys, especially with where powerlifting is going, you guys are gonna contribute a lot. So my request to y'all is please don't quit. Especially like I said, like in the middle of the interview, the light that's already on Fayetteville. I wanna, and not just me, but the actual athletes and the coaches, we want to bring something to Fayetteville that's different. And I feel like, and I say this respectfully, y'all as a whole are that future and that light and that exposure that we need as far as powerlifting. Now all the other stuff that comes in the between, I know it's gonna come, but don't quit, bro. Keep doing it.
Man, honestly, bro, my brother literally had me growing up watching Naruto. And
Got you.
those small tidbits from there won't allow me to give up.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gutsy. You gotta have an iron will.
Hey, alright.
You gotta have the guts to never give up.
Yes, sir.
So that's just one thing I can't do. I don't know how to do that, like Goku said. I don't know how to give up. I never was taught.
Brother, I appreciate you. Let me end it off right here with shaking your hand.
Bro.
Hey, bro, keep doing this shit, alright?
Of course.
Alright, y'all. We out.